All right, so I'm unmuting me, but people can hear me and you, so why don't we talk on the phone, okay? Or actually on Facebook text. How is everybody? Everybody doing good? Oh my gosh. What is with my camera? Hold on a second. Oh, my camera's not working. Hold on, everybody. I will be right back. Welcome to Wine with Dave behind the scenes. Going live, sometimes those things happen. But welcome everybody. Why don't you type in where you're from? Let me know where you're from, and there we go. There's my new camera. Oh my gosh. You gotta love live. Live is so exciting. I remember growing up watching Saturday Night Live thinking, man, how do they do that? What if a mistake happens? Oh boy. Yes, mistakes happen. How is everybody? It's episode 79, and look, it's wine o'clock. So want to thank everybody for coming. Just type in your names. Tell me where you're from. Love to know how far we are reaching out. Also, type in one word that describes how you're doing tonight. That'd be kind of fun. If you type in something and you're on the Wine with Dave page, this is what happens. Boom. That shows up. How cool is that? Bob Salvas, yeah, technical difficulties. Basically, it wasn't difficult. It was the cord to my camera just fell out. It happens. Kayla from Delaware. Hi, Kayla. Great. I want to say great seeing you, great meeting you. I don't see you. You see me. But although I can see from the photo, you just got married, I think? Or are you a model? I'm going to have a lot of models on tonight, I think. Love live. Absolutely. It's Clan Runda. Hey, we moved, Dave. Holden Beach to Boone, North Carolina. Whoa. Is that more inland? Boone? I think Boone's more inland, right? I don't know. Great having you guys on tonight. Who else do we have? We have Taryn Blunt from Maryland. Hi, Taryn. Good to see you. And finally, Patrick J. Kelly. Patty from Ireland. We're reaching Ireland. We're reaching North Carolina. And we're reaching... yes, hi, Patty. I don't know if you guys know each other. Does Jeremy, do you know Patty? I don't know if you know Patty. Gotta have a beer. Hey, Patty, this should look familiar. My wine. This is Wine with Dave, so I get to drink wine. This is a Pinot Grigio. Tonight is very creative night. So I want you to sit back. I want you to ask my guest a lot of questions. We're going to start right away. So it is, what is it? I always have this thing not lined up. Today is October 21st, 2020. It's Wine with Dave, and it's going to be wine o'clock for the next 57 minutes. 57 minutes. Wow, there are a lot of people. Kayla Rodriguez just dressed up. Oh, nice. Hopefully, Kayla, we're enjoying a little glass of mead or wine or beer. If anybody wants mead, you can get some mead at Jordan. Sells it. Totally spaced on his name. What's Jordan's last name? It's not Jordan Knight. That's like New Kids on the Block. Jordan, what is it? Anyway, he makes really good mead. He's a Viking. Really cool guy if you need mead. But cider o'clock. I love that. My friend. Cider o'clock. That's good. Wine o'clock, cider o'clock, beer o'clock. It's beer o'clock. Hey, let me get right into this. Brimming Horn. Yeah, there we go. Brimming Horn. Hey, let's get into this. So leave a comment like you're doing. Also, give me some likes because, you know, we're all virtual. That's a way of putting $1 in the hat. Just click like. That's all. If you want to put $5 in the hat, hit share and just share this feed to your page so all your friends know that you're watching this. Then they could jump on and enjoy the night with you. It's kind of like you're having fun with your friends. That's like giving me $10. If you want to give me $20, like it and share it and say how amazing I am. No, I'm just kidding. You could just like and share. That's like $20, right? Yeah, so I got big news tonight. Big news. My first commercial is going to be airing tonight. It's not really a sponsor, but I'm going to have a little segue with a commercial. I know, nobody likes commercials, but this is different because it's me. It's my commercial for myself. We're going to get into this right away with the first segment, and a lot of you guys like this segment. So without further ado, here it is. Without further ado, this is Did You Know? Did you know that the hand and footprints in front of Los Angeles' Gorman's Chinese Theater started accidentally when silent film actress Norma Talmadge stepped on wet cement? Did you know that? I don't think you knew that. I didn't know that till today. That's a cool did you know fact. I love these little factoids. Ready? Surgeons who play video games at least 3 hours a week perform 27% faster and make 37% fewer errors. So find a surgeon who plays video games. Did you know the Cookie Monster's real name is Sid? And my wife just brought me cookies. Cookie Monster, Sid. Peanut buttery. You can sit over here, honey. That's the whole point of it. On Valentine's Day in South Korea, only women give gifts, not men. Interesting. The men wake up that day, where's my gift? That's so not Western. What do you think of that? Type in what do you think of that? Type in the comments. I'm curious. South Korea. Females are better at distinguishing colors, while males excel at tracking fast-moving objects and discerning detail from a distance. Baseball players. It's a good one. All right, here's my first interactive question. Get ready, because what I do is I do this Did You Know? Interesting, weird, bizarre facts. But you can also guess the answer. In this one, I'm not going to give you the answer. I want you to guess and type it in. The collective name of a group of unicorns is called what? So don't try to cheat, because you can go to Mr. Google, but don't cheat. What do you call a group of unicorns? Did you know that animals that lay eggs don't have belly buttons? And this is cool. If you keep a goldfish in the dark, it will eventually turn white. That's cool. That's really cool. It's not mean. So the light brings out their gold. Here's the second interactive. Oh, by the way, if you want to guess, just say unicorn and then dash and what you think the group of unicorns is called. Here's the second one. Ready? Number 2. A single strand of spaghetti is called what? There's a name for it. If you pull one out of the box, falls on the floor. Oh, I dropped what is that called? Just type in spaghetti and then what you think that's a single strand is called. Did you know that pigs get sunburnt? And here's the third interactive. There are how many different animal shapes in the Animal Cracker Zoo box? Just type in cracker or animal, cookie, whatever, and just say how many different animals. Think about that. My mom would come home Friday night after shopping, and I would be so excited. She'd pull out the little box of animal crackers, and you pop open the little tires on either side, and you can stand it up with a little white string. I guarantee you're not going to get that answer, though. How many different animals are in there? Did you know that oysters can change from one gender to another and then back again? I imagine a oyster, Larry the oyster. Yeah, I tried being a woman. I don't know. I'm a guy. I'm just a guy oyster. No, maybe I'll go back to a woman. They can do that. Did you know that dead people can get goosebumps? Now, how would they know? They'd have to dig them up and scare them. Maybe they scared them to death. They scared them to death. That's probably what they did. Here's an interesting one. Guy Fawkes is the reason men are called guys. And last but not least, smelling apples or bananas can help you lose weight. Yeah. I'm going to do that next time I'm eating my Dunkin' Donuts, a dozen donuts. I'll make sure I'll intermittently smell a banana or an apple. So anyway, that's Did You Know? That's Did You Know? Hope you liked it. Hope you guessed. Let's see who guessed. Let's see what we got here. Yes, Nectar of the Gods. That's where you get good meat. My brother got some. And I mean to get some. I really do. If you're watching Jordan Stewart, it's actually Stewart. I don't think it's Sturward, but that's close. Steward. Who do we have? Jim Davis, Ruskin, Florida, checking in. Also friends with most who have been mentioned. Cool, Jim. Good having you on. Congratulations on your growth, Dave. Yeah, I've been growing. I don't know what you mean specifically. But yeah, we all grow, right? We all grow. Did you know that children grow the most in spring? I learn a lot on this show. All right, here we go. Dave Ray's from Aberdeen, Maryland. Becca should know this. Becca should know this. All right, let's do this. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Collective name of a group of unicorns is called Bob Salvis. Hey, Bob. A Yumakai. No, not a Yumakai. Unless you mean Unikai. But that's, no. You're not even close. This is a really cool answer. You retyped it. A Unikai. That's cool. But no. And then you spelt it yet again. Unicy. No, it's still wrong. You're wrong 3 times. When you're wrong the first time, don't guess the same answer, because you'll always be wrong. Kayla Rivera Rodriguez, I hear noise, steps. Can someone else hear that? Oh, you probably heard my wife come in the room, Kayla. All right, anybody? Unicorns. Anybody want to guess? Unicorn. Here we go. Patrick Kelly, unicorn. I've had too much cider. You can't even guess. Your profile pic is Angry Orchard. That's pretty awesome. That tells me where you're coming from. Anybody? Nobody? No one's guessing that. Okay, you know what it's called? It's called a blessing. A blessing of unicorns. How cool is that? Is that the best name of a Korean pop band or what? The Blessing of Unicorns. I don't know. Not about to join a K-pop band. Hey, what's a single strand of spaghetti called? Anybody? Bob Salvis, he thinks it's called a strand. Not creative tonight, Bob? I don't know. I'm kidding. I love you, man. What else? Anybody else? Unicorn had too much. A strand. 8 shapes. I don't know what 8 shapes means.
Cookies. The animal cookies.
Oh, I see. Okay, you got to put animal so I know what you're answering to. Taryn Blunt thinks spaghetto. So no, that's wrong. So you know what it's called? Oh, wait a minute. Yes. Taryn got it right. It's called a spaghetto. But you spelled it wrong. It's actually Spaghetto. So spaghetti with an I is a lot of them. It's a blessing of spaghettos. So that's kind of cool. All right. Lastly, how many different animal shapes? And someone already guessed. Dave Ray. 8 shapes. No, but you have one number correct in there. Patrick Kelly, that's why I'm so skinny. Because you're smelling bananas and apples. Anybody else? Allie Tedeschi. Hey, Dave. How's it going, Allie? Thanks for showing up. Wine with Allie. All right, 18 shapes. 18 different shapes of animals in the animal cracker box. Is that crazy? I think what's crazy is oysters can change from one gender to another and back again. All right, today, October 21st, 10/21/2020. That doesn't happen too much. Something's happening tonight. I don't know if he is watching. I don't know if he's watching. It's a birthday boy. This guy right there. That's my brother Mike. Wow, I'm bigger than Mike. The glow from Mike. Happy birthday, Mike England, all the way from Florida. He is, ever since he moved up to, after he moved down to Florida, he came out and says, you guys, you can't say Florida. It's not Florida. It's Florida. So I have never pronounced it wrong. I always call it Florida, even though I'm from Rhode Island. But happy birthday, Mike. If I guess, I'd probably get it right, but I'm not going to say it. I don't want to embarrass anyone over 73, so, you know. But anyway, that's cool. My brother Mike, look at him. Always the handsome one in the family. Look at this. Happy birthday, Dave's brother, Mike. Yeah, Jeremy, you'd like Mike. He's a biker. 18, that's a lot more than I thought. Happy birthday, brother Mike, says Bob Goldberg. Happy birthday. Come on, Mike. If you're watching, this is like a love fest. I get people from Scotland, dude. Scotland, they're wishing you a happy birthday. That is correct. Okay, enough of that. But I hope you had a great day. Love you a lot. I miss you. And go Sox. What else can we say, right? Also, today is a very special day. Yeah, it's that. That happened today. What do you think of that? Throw on your Nikes, pop into VHS, and rev up your DeLorean because October 21st is Back to the Future Day. First celebrated in 2015, a significant year for serious fans. The original Back to the Future is a 1985 sci-fi classic that grossed nearly $400 million worldwide. That was a killer, man. That was a killer movie when it came out. Where we're going, we don't need roads. Back to the Future gave millions of people in 1985 a glimpse of what the future could be like. We didn't invent time, nor did we invent hoverboards, for that matter, but we did get an interesting look at the future that has actually come to pass. Back to the Future Day is celebrated on October 21st. Why? Does anyone know why? Because that is the date that Marty McFly originally traveled to the past. It sets in motion his undoubtedly existential adventure. He set the clock for October 21st. That was cool, huh? 2015, October 1st, 2015, 5 years ago. So, oh, Mike's here. Mike's here. Let me turn this off. Let me turn Back to the Future off. Mike's here. Here's my brother. Everybody wish him a happy birthday. Do I have a sound? I might have a sound. Yeah, it's his birthday today. It's his birthday. No, that's not it. I have a lot of bike horns. Here we go. It's Mike's birthday. It's Mike's birthday. It's Mike's birthday. Yeah, you won. Yeah, Mike has an idea. That's my idea sound. He has an idea. Anyway, happy birthday, Mike. You got people all over from North Carolina, Chicago, Maryland, and Scotland. We got a guy on here from Scotland. Anyway, I'm going to get on with that. So Back to the Future, that's cool, huh? October 21st. On Mike's birthday, Marty McFly picked of 365 days a year. He said, "I'm gonna go back to the future when Mike England was born." That's cool, huh? What is it about Mickey? What is it about Booty that he wanted to come see him? Happy birthday, Gary Pam Greenbush. Whoa, all the accolades are coming in. Dave Ray. Dave, where are you from? You're from Florida. Anyway, we got to get on. It's 9:19. We got to get going. Got to get going. Tonight you're in for a real treat. Oh, wait a minute. No, I can't do this yet because I have something special. I have a commercial break. I'm going to go to a commercial break. I'm brand new at this. check this out. So I'm just going to play it. It's 1 minute long. Please don't leave. Please stay on. This is cool, okay? This is big news. Hey everybody, I am so excited. I just launched a Patreon page for Wine with Dave. Look at the celebration going on over here. Brand spanking new. And Patreon is the best way to support me as I support all my guests on Wine with Dave. There are 3 ways you can support me. Ticker tape mention is $5 a month. Your name of business will be seen in the scrolling ticker tape during the 8-minute countdown before the start of the show. Then there's the live mention. That's $20 a month. It's same as a ticker tape. Plus I talk about your business and what you do during the live show. And then I thank you for your support. And if you're really feeling generous, the video commercial I will create for $60 a month, a 30-second video for your business with your voiceover and music that will play during the commercial break. So go to patreon.com/winewithdave to support me and celebrate all businesses. Thank you so much. Yeah, so that's my commercial. So I've had a lot of people say, are you monetizing that show yet? Come on, 78 episodes. Actually, right now, 79. So, and I wanted to, but, I just wanted to have fun. It's a hobby. It's a fun thing. Some people collect coins. I do shows. So I'm like, yeah, let me do it. I should do it. And so I contacted a few vineyards, and I still got to call back. You got to call like 5 times to finally get the owner. So I still got to do that. But then it occurred to me, wait a minute, Patreon is all for creative people. People who just paint, do paintings, people who draw comic books, people who sing, play guitar live. And then you could actually give them $1 a month for a whole year. But you got like 1,000 people doing that. You could have a musician making $1,000 a month. Not bad gas money, right? So I thought, let me do that. So I set up a Patreon page, and I hate asking for money. It's really weird. I feel like I'm holding a cup with pencils in it. Alms for the poor, but I should do it because it would be nice to get something. So anyway, just go there, patreon.com/winewithdave. If you feel inclined to give, that's awesome. If you don't, do not feel bad. Please don't. Just keep coming back to the show. Keep clicking on like, because like still is like $1 and share is like $10. So anyway, but that's big news, right? I thought that was pretty big. I should give myself a little, yeah. Here's my little sound. All right, so my next guest. I'm excited about this. Being a creative person, I appreciate anybody who's creative. And this woman has, first of all, her family is a bunch of female models. And they're absolutely stunningly beautiful, and they look great on camera. And her photography is fantastic. Angela Reid, she's an historical fantasy photographer from North Carolina. She's the owner of Wanderings in Wonderland Studio. She works with her 5 model daughters to create amazing imagery for the costuming community. Check this out.
I'm Angela Reid with Wanderings in Wonderland Studio. For me, photography is the medium I use to produce the art that is in my mind. I am fortunate to work with my 5 daughters, who are all costumers and model for me. Our work is definitely a team effort. For us, fantasy is a mental vacation from the cares and worries of this life. You can go places in your mind that you couldn't go otherwise. And photography is our way of doing that. I'm sorry.
Hey, Angela. That was my wife's hand, by the way.
Yeah,
she just rubbed my
you
back.
made me look amazing in there. That my voice that was great.
It's soothing, isn't it? You've got a very soothing voice. Very soothing voice. How are you tonight? Can you hear me?
Yeah, it just froze for a minute.
Oh, okay. How are you tonight?
Oh, I'm awesome.
Yeah.
Happy to be here. All those about 3/4 of the comments are my Viking clan.
Oh, are they? They're all like,
Yeah.
rah! They got They got the
Yeah, I
deer
put it on
horn.
our Viking chat, and they're tuned in.
They're all drinking
So
and partying. So leave a
yeah,
comment.
well,
Leave a comment, guys. You Vikings out there. If
yeah,
you love her
it's
work,
Graybeard's Viking. Yeah, that's what we are.
yeah. So
Graybeard's
did you
Viking.
meet a lot of them at Viking Fest?
Yeah, the Viking Con, and then we just had a Viking weekend last week. So we basically had a Viking camp in my yard, and
Yes. And you know
we're
what? Let's talk
awesome for the
about that.
weekend.
We'll talk about that first, and then we'll get into. I got a bunch of questions for you, but let me just go through some of
Yeah.
these things. Wow, we got a lot of things here. Gary Pam's from Nebraska with snow in October. Whoa, Nebraska. Wish I had a business for you to plug. Yeah. Oh, by the way, I didn't say that. This is really Patreon is really for businesses. I mean, anyone can support me. That's great. You know, $3 a month, whatever you want to do. But it's really for businesses because 800 to 1,100 people see each episode. I don't know if you know that. I don't think I've ever said that on camera, but it started out where I had 100, 200. When I got 300, I was like, oh my gosh, 300 people watched an episode. But I'm way past that. 800 people. This gets shared to many, many pages, and then it stays not live, but it is saved. And for many days later, for about 4, 5, 6 days later, many people see it. So if you have a business, that's a lot of people that this gets in front of, and I get to talk about your business. So anyway, enough of that. Back to Angela. I meant to preface my commercial with that. We're in Nebraska, snow in Nebraska. Let's see. Clan Runda, love it, Dave. We knew it was coming. Thank you. Great idea, Dave. Allison, love your new advertising opportunities. Cool. Angela is in the house, says Clan Runda. I think you know them.
Very good friends.
Yeah, let me put that down there. Yeah, you did some great photography with Jordan. That was really good.
Yeah.
Woohoo! Hey, Mama. Who's Hannah Reid? Is that your daughter?
That's my daughter. Yeah, she's
Yeah,
the ghost bride.
Yes, and what a very, very cool image. Hannah, that was beautiful. That's stunning. Kayla is doing X's and I don't know what that is.
That's one of my yeah. That's our priestess.
That's your priestess,
Our
Kayla Rivera
clan.
Rodriguez.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
it.
editing. I was just editing the. There's John's wife, Taryn.
Yeah, Skal. I know what that means. Hey, all right, let's get into this. Oh man, more people are leaving stuff. Oh yes, Angela is amazing. Lisa Margolis, you know her?
She's my good friend, another photographer. So, do you want me to talk about the weekend that we have?
Yeah, let's start. I just wanted to get some of those things done. I know you're trying to get things. So what happened? You started a little Vikings in your backyard, right?
Yeah, why not? So we wanted to get our group together. I've got property. Most of my photo shoots are done here on our property. So we teamed up with Graybeard's Vikings, and we work with them a lot. Great group. And so John came and put up his big tent, and we had lots of rain, but we worked around it, and we got some awesome images. Patrick, he came and did video. He's doing behind the scenes video, and that should be awesome too.
Oh, great.
Just a lot of creative minds came together and just made art. And so our plan is next year, that photos we got for this weekend are going to be used for a Viking dinner theater, and where people can come and have dinner with Vikings.
So Angela,
and,
what did you
sit
call
around
that?
a fire.
Was there
Well,
a
this
name?
weekend was just a Viking photo shoot, but in the future, our event will be called the Viking Experience. And so people can come and have dinner with Vikings and sit around the campfire, and we'll have a storyline playing with people having some friction and different. It'll be ad lib. Yeah,
Yep.
Dave will be in it right there, and so we're just going to have a great time, and people can come and join us. It'll be next year in March.
Nice. And it'll be dinner. What are you thinking of serving? Is it going to be catered? Or
Well,
everyone
John's in
making?
charge of that. He'll do some Viking bread. He'll do this mushroom soup that's just the best mushroom soup I've ever had. So he'll do some authentic food and then some regular food. but he's got a lot of experience in that, so he'll head that up.
That's awesome. That's really, really cool.
We'll do have maybe some fighting and some friction, and we might marry off somebody. It's called The Bride's Price is the theater, and
Really?
yeah, so we're having some argument over it's actually a friction of the old ways of how women were treated in the old ways, but how women were treated in the Viking culture was very forward for the time. They had a lot of rights.
Yeah.
And there's this friction between the old way and the new way, and we'll try to solve that problem in the evening there.
You'll solve it. That's awesome. So it's like a reenactment, but you've created this situation. What is the friction? What does that mean? Is that like a battle? The start of a battle?
Well, we've got Dave's character. He believes in the old ways of how women are treated.
Yeah.
Dave,
she cost me much
some
silver.
Yeah, and so he's trying to negotiate a bride for his son. And, John is graybeard, and he's trying to be wise because he's the king, but, we got to be smart too. So there's going to be this argument, and then John's wife will be Hannah, and she'll, fight for the woman's side. So.
Come on, Hannah. You got the flaming red hair. You're going to, kick some butt. So she's more the modern Viking? Is that where she's coming from?
Yeah, her name's Hannah the Red.
Hannah the Red. I would probably be Dave the Bald. Dave, no, I got a better name. Dave the Live Stream. I bet no one has ever said it. Hey, all right, well, let me get into this. What got you started in photography? How did this all start?
Well, it's pretty recent, about 4 years ago. Well, I guess before even that, my grandmother was a photographer. My mother was a costumer, so I did grow up with it. But as my kids got older and they started moving out, they were all into costuming, and they were like, "Oh, Mom, take photos of me in this costume and take photos of this." And then they were like, "Well, you need a hobby. You need something you're going to do because we're all moved out." And so, I don't know, it just it clicked one day, and I realized I had something here with them because they could do the costuming side, and then I could do the photos, and together we created something even bigger than ourselves, or that we could do on our own.
That is really fascinating. How many daughters do you have?
5.
Oh my
gosh. And they all costume and they all model for me. But they're all involved in some way. Like some of them do makeup, some do props. It's pretty neat.
Now, what were they like as little girls, playing with Barbies and dress up and all that?
They lived in dress-up clothes. So, yeah, Halloween was every day. It wasn't a separate occasion because we homeschooled. So they just lived in Pioneer clothes for a month. And that's what we went to the store like that. At one time, happened to be Halloween.
Wow.
Somebody said, "Oh, you're dressed for Halloween." They're like, "No, this is how we always dress."
That's how you always dress. Hannah Reid, the hair is a good natural warning for my fiery attitude. She's spiky, huh? I like Hannah. So everybody who's listening tonight, we're gonna show the live feed of all the photos. We're gonna get to that in just 2 minutes. So just hang in there, and this is gonna be really cool, really, really cool. We're gonna fill the screen with all images. We're gonna see lots of Hannah and the other ones. Hi, Dave. Angela, you're fantastic. Thanks for the kind words. John Blunt. Who's John Blunt?
He's graybeard. He's our leader of our clan.
He's the leader. So you don't piss off Mr. John.
He's pretty good about it. He pretty much, he's like, where do I stand to get the photos? So he's good about it.
That's cool. What do you use for inspiration?
I often... Well, for example, I just did this really cool Valkyrie photo, and as I was walking into VikingsCon, I saw Kayla in her Valkyrie, and I noticed it matched with Hannah's Valkyrie, and I got this image in my head, and it sat in my brain for a year, and I finally got it out. But I wanted to pair Kayla as a matriarch and Hannah as the main people, and then we did 5 ladies, and we have this Valkyrie, which in Viking culture they were women warriors that were in Valhalla, and they came down and they escorted the warriors that were worthy to heaven, like Valhalla. So these ladies were Valkyries, and they were warriors and were respected as warriors. And so I put Kayla in the center as the main matriarch, and then the next 2 are a little older, and then are younger, and then the next 2 are a little younger. So I don't know. I get these images in my head, and I have to make them.
So it's kind of like
You know?
theater. It's like you're a director, but it's not like moving theater. It's still theater.
Yeah, I want story, and usually I do movement photography, so I'll tell people, you're moving, you're doing an activity, and then I'm just shooting off photos, and then I pick the best in that movement, because I want my photography to have a story. What are you doing? What are you saying? Why did I take this photo? Why am I editing it and putting it on Instagram?
Where are
So
you about to
we
go?
want a reason for it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And it's easy to do when somebody's in a costume. Yeah.
That is pretty cool. I never heard that way of thinking. Like, what's the intention of the model? What are they about to do? Well, not the model, but the character. What are they going to do?
Yeah, I don't know how to do normie photography because I don't know how to make people act like themselves. But if you're an archer, well, then heck yeah, let's.
Yeah.
Pro.
Get into the role. Tell me about the first time
Yeah.
at the Renaissance Fair. The first time you went there, because you do a lot with the Renaissance Fair, the Ren Fair.
We do. It was Disneyland. We went and we were instantly in love, and we knew this was our thing, and this was our people.
That's cool.
And yeah.
See, I love that when you're seeing something, when people see something, they go, "That's what I want to do for the rest of my life." Mm-hmm. So for me, it was a little weird. It was watching Bewitched, and it was Darren Stevens and Larry Tate, and they had a commercial advertising agency. I'm like, that's what I want to do for the rest of my life.
That's it. Yeah.
Actually, I was this close to calling my company Stevens Tate, or Tate Stevens, as a joke. But anyway, you'd have to be a Bewitched fan to get that.
The Renaissance Fair is like this. It's like a vacation.
Yeah.
You're going into a fairyland, and your troubles are canceled for the weekend, and you don't have to think about all your problems and who's going to win the election, and there's this like liveliness and joking and I don't know. It's like a party, a celebration.
Yeah.
And so it's a lot like Disneyland, but more personal because the characters interact with you more.
Yeah. Do you feel that, like, there's so much going on now with the economy and the elections and all that, that going back in time, people just feel like more relaxed, like, I can just finally escape all that?
Yeah, that's how we were this weekend around the fire. We're just sitting around, around the fire, looking like Vikings, drinking out of horns, and life is simpler. Like you get back in touch with something primal in yourself. That's life is simple, and you get rid of a lot of the extra baggage that this modern world brings.
All right, are you ready? You ready to show off some of your work?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's see if I can do this. I'm going to add right there. There we go. But I'm going to disappear me and put me back in.
Hey, the Alice photo, I just put that up for you. See that one right there with Alice in the car?
Let's look at that.
I just put that up.
Okay, that is really awesome. That is great, Angela.
Yeah. That's,
how did you get them to
Sarah,
float?
my
Are people
daughter,
just
Sarah.
throwing cards at her?
Well, there's actually cards hanging from the ceiling to give a three-dimensional. I took those cards and sewed them with a sewing machine. And then that's a backdrop just laid on the ground. And then we did place her hair very carefully. And then we did place the cards around her. And there's a before, if you were able to scan.
Go
swipe.
to okay.
There, that's the before.
Oh, okay, great. This is awesome. So she's holding a card. So what's different? I know there's a lot of shadows in this.
I light my subject. So I want to make sure that you absolutely know what the subject is. You should, my photos, I want to guide your eye. You should not
Right.
question what the subject is. So your eyes should really go to her first and then
Yep.
the cards next. So I lit the edges, and darkened the edges, but I lit the things that need to be seen and the things that need to be dark. That way you don't look at those things as much. They're there, but you're not focused on them.
Right. I mean, I think looking at the before, everything's kind of not monotone, but right there, it's like, yeah, you
Right.
definitely see the face in her
It's more
collar, and
pop.
then the cards are there. That is brilliant. Wow. Oops. I went back to me. I gotta add you. Oh, then I gotta add me. All right, let's look at another one here, shall we? Let me get. Oops. What am I doing? Hold on a second. I just got to do this. All right, here we go. Here we go. Yeah, so we're going to look at a lot of photos. So you work with male models and female as well.
Yes,
Do
we
you,
found him at the Renaissance Fair. He's our Mad Hatter, and he's doesn't have to act very much because he's pretty much that character.
you know what I
He's
love is
brilliant.
that golden sunset peeking through the trees.
Yeah, that's one of the things I love to do is to have. So this is on my property, so I know where the sun's going to be all the time. And when that sun starts to go down and starts to peek through, I love those photos. Are the best.
Yeah. Just getting rid of my other camera. Yeah. So let me see. That's awesome.
Did you
And then
want to
you
go
got
down to
some.
one of the Ghost Bride?
Yeah. Let me just look at this. So what is this?
That's just a Renaissance fair here in Raleigh called Festival of Legends. And so this is just a fairy from the Festival of Legends, and I snapped a photo of her. She's adorable.
Okay. Let me skip. Let me get rid of me, so we can do more of this. Now this one. This is striking.
This is this is the sorceress. We're on the beach at North Topsail. Uh, Becca's actually, I think, took the cape and flipped it, and then we tried a bunch of different things, but one time she did this on accident, and I was like, wait, that's it, do it again. So she did it again, and the effect just, it was all, that was it. That was the way it should be. So a lot of times we're just experimenting, especially like I'll let the model kind of just move. Sometimes something that's natural for them to do comes out as the photo. But
Wow, that's amazing. All right, so you want me to do the bride?
yeah, if you want to scan down, that's a real favorite.
Yeah,
Um,
let's talk about this. Absolutely stunning. This is your daughter?
well, we had this idea for more than a year. Um, we had just been thinking about it and thinking about it, and finally I told Hannah, look, I want to find a dress at the thrift store, but I don't want to spend a lot of money on it because we might trash it. So I found that dress at the thrift store for $15, and we
Wow.
wanted to have Victorian look about it. So I found it, and I was like, Hannah, I found your dress, and it fit her perfectly. We did have a lady that made the choker. She was a sponsor. So people will send us items to add to our photo shoots, Etsy sellers, and I think it's Beneath the Veil is her name. But she was our only sponsor on this one. And then Hannah found the veil at another thrift store for $2. It's vintage. Um, I made the bouquet because I kept trying to describe to somebody what I wanted, and finally I was like, you know what, I just have to do it myself. Those flowers I found at Walmart, though.
Oh my gosh.
Hannah did her own makeup and her own hair. She gets in her mind what she needs to do, and she is an excellent model. And
Wow.
she has concepts. So we work so well together because I can just kind of let her run with it. We've got a new one we're working on, and she said, hey, Mom, do you mind if I do dramatic makeup? And I'm like, I would never stop you from doing dramatic makeup.
Right, right, right. I'm looking for the other one of that. Let me go. So let me go back to this really quick. Did you have to bleach the veil to clean it, or leave it
No,
as is?
it was a little bit more yellow. I probably, post-production, I probably did match it a little bit so that the color wasn't off.
That's
We do have a fog machine running behind her to give that mystical look on this one.
very subtle. I know there's other photos of her. Let me look for that first. Oh, here we go.
That one, there
Oh
it is.
my gosh. Is this crazy or what? You know what? That
That
deserves
one's
me to
actually
disappear.
for sale as a print on my eBay.
Is it? That is
And
like,
then we have a behind the scenes video on that one, and we were laughing so hard. It was, part of it was that Hannah was wanting to do this photo shoot for so long that by the time it was time to do it, she was giddy. And she just would not stop laughing. I was crying, and I told her she had to stop crying because she was going to mess up her makeup. So finally she gets serious again, and then we get this photo. But I'm actually down low. I shoot really low a lot of times because I want to make, there it is, that's the behind the scenes, to make the model look really big, to
yeah.
have size, and if you shoot high, they look small, but I wanted to make her look kind of powerful, and she's beckoning you, like, maybe you should go with her. Maybe it'd be okay.
Yeah. Or not.
Maybe you won't die.
Well, I gotta say, I love the bouquet. The roses with the
Thanks.
sticks. It is so gnarly, and yet it's so beautiful. And
Well,
that
the idea is
mist.
that it was winter and the trees had no leaves, and so I wanted the sticks to mimic that dead tree look.
Yeah, oh yeah, you got it. You nailed it. Angela, you nailed it. That's beautiful. And it's
But
like
it
there's
is
this.
fun. When we were doing the photo shoot, we knew we were creating art, and we knew we were achieving what we wanted to achieve in our mind, and it was a phenomenal feeling. I'll admit that.
Right, all right. Well, let me go. There's a few favorites here. That was one of them. And I think we know this person.
Yes,
That's
we
Becca.
do.
So, do you do the makeup as well, or is that your daughter's doing that?
I don't do makeup. No, I hardly wear it. I'm not sure who did her makeup that day. She might have done it herself.
So, who created the candle holder?
Oh, that's Clan Runa.
I
Yeah,
thought
their
so,
work.
huh? That
Their
is
work is so amazing. I love them.
that's really good. We got some K Stock showed up a little late. You're in for a treat, Kay. It's Becca. Yes. Look
There
at
it
that.
is.
That is so awesome and subtle. You know, the makeup is just very subtle. It's really awesome. All right, so let's. You tell me if you want me to.
So that one with the fire. Let's go back real
Yeah.
quick. With the fire in front. That's John. That's Graybeard.
Okay.
So I had envisioned this photo of John, and when I met him at Vikings Con, I got the first. I didn't achieve the photo. So his story is that I melted his beard. It doesn't look melted. I mean, his eyebrows are still pretty much there. Yeah, but I kept telling him, get closer to the fire, get closer to the fire, and he tried, but we didn't achieve the photo. So I said, I talked him into coming, and we were able to achieve this photo, and this is what I had in mind. So the first time I didn't do it, this one I did.
Yeah.
The key was that you move the camera closer to the fire, not the model. Don't catch your models on fire. They don't like that.
Oh, wow. Okay. Something to remember.
I know.
Something to
Yeah,
remember.
I know.
All right. Tell
Yeah.
me about this guy.
There's Jordan.
I think
Yeah,
we know him.
those dogs are great. Those are from a rescue. A friend of mine does rescue, Megan, and so she brings in her dogs, and they just interact with them. And I tried to get some good photos of them looking serious, and then I just couldn't help this one. It was just so natural. It was just a real photo. I didn't tell them to do anything.
Well, you don't see Vikings laughing that hard, huh? I mean, the vein is coming. He's
Well,
happy.
Vikings were humans, so they loved, they laughed, they had all the gamut of emotions.
Yeah, yeah.
They're shown very dramatically, but we do try to show them other ways. So this is actually a photo for the shawl,
Okay.
and that shawl was sent to me, Wake Robin Weaving, and she weaves those on a loom. So she sent them for me to get photos of, and so that's to kind of show off her shawl because
Right.
she was a sponsor. Hmm.
There you go. That's beautiful. Um, you love fashion, which you can tell. This stuff is great.
Yeah, we I do have an eBay, and we sell some of our extra costume pieces on that.
All right. This
That
is
one's my daughter
interesting.
Megan. Yeah, and that's an ad for the purse.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Blow that one up. That's an eBay. So you work with a lot of eBay artists.
Etsy artists, a lot of Etsy
I'm
artists will send
sorry,
me that
Etsy.
one of Hannah. Oh, okay, so that's Wolf. He's my Mad Hatter, and
Okay.
he makes those wings himself. So there's the behind the scenes of him.
And you just captured a certain way. It's so
Yeah,
funny. He doesn't
I
look like he's jumping that high, and yet you're getting it. Um, there's another one of the bride. I love the sun, just like the bouquet lighting, just kind of burning right through those trees.
yeah, that's kind of my little trick. I like to do a lot of
Yeah.
if I
All right,
see good
let's get down here.
lighting.
So you got a tea
Yeah.
party going on here. That must how long does it take you to get this stuff ready?
We have a lot of the props. We've been doing this so long. My garage is a very interesting place. So that Wonderland clock we made years ago. We've just got tons of props that we just pull out
Hmm.
and we put in there a little studio in there, and
Yeah, this is great. The Looking
a lot of
Glass.
them are just foam. That big white clock, the Wonderland clock, is just foam. I made that one.
Hmm. Yeah, these are great. These are so amazing. But this is one I got to talk about.
So that's not my daughter. That's Ivy. She looks like one of my daughters, but she's not. She's a great model. I loved working with her. She really depicted a powerful woman. I love depicting women in very powerful ways. This is
Hmm.
a sword that was loaned to me by my friend Jamin, and I just I liked how the light actually bounced off that sword just a little, and then I enhanced it.
Hmm.
She did her own makeup though, and she did a great job.
The high
But
cheekbones. Yeah,
yes,
lot of
yeah,
power.
she did great.
There's so much emotion in this photo.
Well, I wanted it to seem like she was going through the fog and she got startled. But what's interesting is that we had planned fog photos, and all of a sudden, someone said, "Look at the sunset," and then we were like, oh, "The sunset!" And so
Oh,
we had to turn everything around to the other angle, and I didn't quite get the lighting right because we were in a hurry. And so I did take a lot of editing to get some of this set right
mm-hmm.
because we had to kind of impulsively do that.
Yep. And there's Jordan again. Great sunsets.
Yeah, we did some photos. That one of you had just seen of Sarah, and then when the sun sets, we'll just go up and get those sunset photos.
Wow, it
That's at
helps being
Vikings
around
Con.
nature, right?
Yeah.
Do
And that's
not.
at the Carolina Renaissance Fair.
Oh, okay. Do not burn your models. This is beautiful. The way the light is just bathing her
That's another
face.
one of those photos that was in my head, and I had to get it out. That's my daughter Megan, and I wanted it to feel like she was in a great hall, and there would be a fire pit, and the fire's low, and so she's kind of lit by this low fire, but she's fallen asleep.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Boy, there's a lot to look at.
So
Who?
that's crack. But you go back to go to the robot there in the middle, down, the robot in the middle. That you want to zoom in on that. That's Hannah's makeup. She she's basically a steampunk robot, but she did that
Wow.
makeup. That is her face looks like metal.
Wow. Hannah, amazing. That is absolutely amazing. However, hurricanes, storms, freezing weather, and incredibly uncomfortable positions are all
Yeah,
fair game. Hannah,
we
great.
did take photos in a hurricane once. She won't let me forget that. It was fun. We got good photos.
Just a couple
So
photos here.
yeah, so this one is Emily and Becca, and we are actually at a children's camp. It's a Christian camp. It's off season, so there's no kids there, and they have the locomotive, and then the cars behind are where the campers are. So that's Emily and Becca, and I just had them sitting there and drinking tea, or no, that's coffee. We were doing an advertisement for steampunk coffee.
Steampunk
And so
coffee.
then, yeah, and so Becca's telling a fantastical story. So there's Hannah as Petunia with the golden light behind her. If you go
Oh,
back,
okay.
the purple, yeah,
Oh
and
my
that's my
gosh.
favorite lighting. But that one might have if you can slide it. Can you slide that photo? Okay, so this is her evolution of her character. That's 2017 Petunia, and then this is 2000. It should be 2020.
Wow.
So she just upped her game. It's not that the first one wasn't good, but I try to do those to tell people, when if you're interested in costuming, start where you're at and just go to the next level. Work to the next level.
Wow. That's good. This is pretty fun. I like
That's a
this.
fun one. Yeah. So we're on Topsail Island again. That's the south end. We wanted wind, and I'm a weather witch, but we got like 20 miles per hour, so it was beating us up. So we went behind the dune to get some photos. So her hair blowing, that's all real. Um, and then when the wind died down some, then we went out and got some photos by the water.
Wow. That's great. Great shot. Now this one, now you're bringing in some other elements here.
My friend Jamin contacted me and he says, "Oh, I've got a baby dragon. He gets props all the time, and he's like, I have it for like 2 days. Are you ready?" And I was like, "All right, fine." So he came over with this baby dragon. It's a puppet, and they use it for different shows. But he was able to borrow it. So we had just finished up Sarah's costume, and Sarah was home that day, and we threw it together.
Wow. And this is great. I
So
mean,
this is the sorceress again, but this time she's in a swamp. It literally fogged up one day, and I said, "Hannah, get that costume on." And that's a swamp about a mile from our house, or 2 miles. Um,
wow. You,
it it's always different down there. So I've actually photographed in that swamp 3 or 4 times because it's the ground is always different. But her
wow.
costume was so complicated, and there was like thorns. So we just pulled everything up and stuck her on a peninsula. And then I went around her. And so it looks like we have all these different photos, but she is in the same place. I moved because she couldn't move.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You had to move.
I got muddy. Yeah, it was worth it.
It's amazing. Like that's natural, you know. In some, I would think that's a
Yeah,
great
she has a little
shot.
hand flashlight in her hand. So it's this headlamp that goes up here.
Yep.
Um, and so that's what's under her hand.
But so you color it, and it's just beautiful. It's a great color. Wow, there's so many.
Sorry, my son's phone.
Now you work with kids as well.
Well, no, that's at Vikings Con, and I was walking by their camp, and she looked like a glowing little princess. So I said, "Oh, please," and she said, "Sure."
And she said, sure.
And
Yep.
girls, yeah.
Man, there's so much to
Well, I
look
always
at
ask the
this.
parents.
There's really so much to look at. I've already seen that.
Yeah, that's Zach. I chased him down at the Renaissance Fair. He is 6'7", and I'm 5'2". So yeah, there
Whoa.
was I was an embarrassing amount of running to catch him, but it came out all right.
This one is, I love this.
Yeah, so Wolf did the wings for both of those wings. He's very good at them. We met at the Transportation Museum and we went to kind of like the mothball yard that, like, they have the nice area in the back that everybody goes and looks at, but this is like the junkyard. So we just kind of ducked in there and got some photos.
There's some flash photography
A
going
little
on
bit of
there,
a,
huh?
it's a little bit of a steampunk version.
All right, here we go. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about the steampunk cat.
Yeah, so that's my daughter Emily. The mouse was made by Becca, and she we showed her a concept photo, and we said, "Can you make this?" And she dug around in my husband's garage and got parts. So she made that. I did the costume and the concept, and Hannah did the makeup.
Wow.
So she's supposed to be a mechanical cat.
Wow, with the steampunk glasses and everything and the time clock.
Yeah. Well, that's just a backdrop on the back.
That's amazing.
I
And
did make a mistake on that photo, though. The floor, it's, if you notice, it's the same one from Wonderland. I let it get crinkled up, and we were in a hurry because pizza, we could smell it in the kitchen. And so, see how that floor is crumpled up?
yep.
I had to rebuild it for the photo, and I regretted rushing that photo. I should not have rushed that photo
Yeah. So
because I
that's a
had to
lesson
physically
learned, right?
rebuild that. Yeah, I had to physically rebuild that floor.
Wow, you
That took a lot of
Photoshop.
time.
You're like a Photoshop queen. That's a great
I'm not
image.
actually that great at Photoshop, so that's why I do try to get it right in camera. Um, this Queen of Hearts here of Hannah's is actually a favorite. She designed that dress, sewed it herself. She's really good seamstress. And there's my cards that I sewed with the sewing machine. Um,
Oh,
and
I see. You sewed right through that. Look at that.
I did. I just sewed those cards with a machine.
Just so they would stay together.
They'd hang, and we give us a three-dimensional feel.
Wow. And this one is like pretty amazing.
That's Megan, and so whenever we have a snow day, because it's North Carolina, we don't get much. We only get allocated about 1 or 2 days. So when we know there's snow, then I tell the girls who want snow photos, you got to stay the night at my house, and then we go out first thing and get those photos. And that was snowing so hard that my camera could not focus because the lens will send out a beam to get a focus on her, but there was snow. And so like 3/4 of the photos are just blurry. So that
Oh.
was quite a challenge to get that photo. So we didn't actually get a lot of photos from that set, but they were beautiful. It was just pouring snow.
Well, Anna
But
was talking
she,
about rushing the other photo. Rule
yeah,
number two:
don't
don't
rush
rush
for
art for
pizza.
pizza.
I know. I learned my lesson.
Wow, that's pure. That's beautiful.
I love lighting with candlelight, things like that, because I think it's very romantic. It's very gentle on the skin. It makes people feel relaxed. So there's Hannah. That's her Valkyrie, and she did that makeup herself. And the leather armor that she's wearing, she made that herself also.
That is
And
crazy.
we did not catch her hair on fire, so you don't need to worry about that.
Super talented. There we go. Explain this.
Well, that's a Viking photo shoot from a couple years ago, and we got everybody around the campfire and kind of just got portions of the fire. That one, the fire was a little bit lower, so I went ahead and actually just added a little bit more flame because I think it wasn't quite in the photo enough. So I just added a bit more flame there on the top.
Mm-hmm. Wow, this is all great stuff. I mean, even you're working with props really well. I mean, this is beautiful.
And that's a real locomotive.
Yeah,
I had
I know.
a locomotive engineer, and he looked at that photo and he said, "That's a night photo, right? How did you get a night photo?" And I said, "No, that's a day photo, and I darkened it, and then I relit it to make it look like a night photo. Because
Wow.
nighttime, you can't really get photos very easily at night."
Yeah, because there's a lot of detail in that, but you made it look like nighttime, which is pretty crazy.
Right. Usually my night photos are done at like dusk. So this is a family that I photographed, and they had 3 little blonde-haired, curly daughters. Oh gosh, they were so cute. And so
Yeah.
I had a delightful time photographing them, and I got them extra photos just because I couldn't help myself.
Wow, that's cool. All right, couple more here. Um, this is very theatrical. What's going on here?
So that's Wolf again. He's my Mad Hatter, and so that's at the time his girlfriend. We were meeting in a place we hadn't scouted ahead of time because neither of us we were meeting kind of halfway. So we went in the woods, and apparently we weren't supposed to be in there. So we had to work really quick because we realized we weren't supposed to be in there. But the mosquitoes were eating them up. So this is literally like one of the first 5 photos I got. We got maybe 10 minutes. But Wolf is really good, and he can give me good material quick, so he doesn't need a lot of coaching. So we were able to get a few photos, and then we went out of the woods, so we wouldn't get in trouble.
So Kay Stark is in Rhode Island, and she's an amazing photographer, a boudoir photographer. So she says, "Wow." So
Oh, wow. Thank you.
that's
Thank you.
high compliments here. Um, this says a lot. There's a story, and I love that a lot of your photos have stories.
Yeah, that's Gina, and she's a friend of the family. She does models for me quite a bit. I did do some research on how, where to find a church that would have that ancient Gothic look about it. And they were kind enough to let me photograph it on their premises. They didn't have to, but I did call and ask permission this time. And Sacred Heart down in downtown Raleigh.
Mm-hmm. I love dogs. Oh my God, look at the
Yeah,
eyes
and
on
this
that.
one's cute because the dog and her outfit and the eyes all match. Like those two match really well. It's an
Yeah, look at the
adorable photo.
teal. The
Yeah,
teal on her
yeah,
outfit and their eyes.
everything
Unbelievable.
matches. Yeah.
Wow. So Kay just said, I love when you use light. Beautiful work.
Thank you.
And she would know. She would know.
So here, go back to the one, it's kind of pink with the poodle right here with the top hat. And she's got a black skirt on right here on the bottom left.
That one?
Oh,
No.
well, back on the left.
Right here?
My left. So with the clock bag and the top hat. And there's a poodle, a black poodle.
Black poodle. Am I going the wrong
No,
direction?
no. Yeah, you're going the wrong direction. Okay, stop. There. Okay, so over, and it's all kind of pink and purple. No. The one next to it. Okay, but
This one?
no.
Just say which column.
Okay.
Third column, second, first?
Okay. Top, left, column.
Oh.
There.
Sorry.
So my friend, she breeds poodles, And so I said, oh, we need a poodle for this. This is a Lolita skirt. The cloth bag was sent from England. The hat was, I think, sent from Greece. And this is Becca loves Lolita. So this is the train depot, old train depot in downtown Durham.
Wow.
And I might have a before on this one. Not
no, I
sure
don't
if
see
there
one
is.
there.
No, I don't. Okay.
Wow, this is.
Yeah, Hannah got a lot of bug bites for that one. I'm glad it turned out because, there was blood.
Yeah.
That's north side of the island at Topsail is just really gnarly looking.
There we go. This
Do
is
you
the
know how
month
hard
for
it is
Halloween.
to focus on the spider web because your camera can't quite see it. So a lot of people really liked this one. That ended up being kind of a star photo from the photo shoot. And I think she actually is just closing her eyes, like blinking. Yeah.
Really?
But I don't know. It feels like she's solar powered. Like the sun's kind of coming down on her, and she's recharging. I
Yeah,
mean,
because
before she pulls some sailors down to the depths of the ocean.
yeah, she could be a siren, but she's got the
Yeah.
blue reflection on her body.
Right. So she did that makeup again. That's Hannah's makeup. She does phenomenal.
Hannah, you're amazing, and the lighting in some of this is stunning.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that one I did actually use a red gel, and I thought it would look really cool on her silver makeup. Now you're getting to some old stuff. There's Tea with Kittens over here to the left, where she has a teapot and
Oh yeah.
there's kittens. Yeah, that was fun. That's a composite because I cannot make kittens sit still that well.
Yeah.
But it's about 3 photos, I believe.
Really?
Her and the 2 kittens to the right are all one photo, and then those are 2 girls, and then the 2 boys on the left were composites. Definitely, they're in the same line of photos because I shot, and then I
Yep.
just took and put the best of.
Yeah, because they'll never all look at you at the same time.
No,
Yeah, this is so golden. Oh my gosh.
yeah, that's Hannah's Fall Fairy. It was one of her first very dramatic. And it was a lot of fun to shoot that one because the lighting was just glorious that day, and we knew, we
Yeah.
were creating that magic.
Here we go. And who is this?
That one's Becca,
Wine
and
with
she's
Becca.
my youngest. Huh?
That's your youngest?
Yes. But she does do makeup a lot, and she's a really good model. She did the Timekeeper,
Okay. She's
and they'll braid their own hair.
Mead with Becca.
And that's another version of the one you said you liked. I actually think I like this one better because it leads in a little better.
It's just horizontal, it's just a different angle. It really changes
is.
everything. It's like where you stand as a photographer really changes everything.
It does, perspective.
Um,
Oh, there's the 3 little girls.
this is really awesome.
Yeah, I didn't really expect that photo to be such a hit, but it got reposted quite a bit. And I think that was Sarah's idea. I'm pretty sure that was her idea.
Wow. Well, this is great. This is really, where am I? I'm over here. This is great just watching this stuff. I mean, Kay Stark is a brilliant photographer, great with models and makeup and costume and fashion and all that. So that's great. I mean, Kay, that you see this. This is really good. Got to have you back on, Kay. I really do. But Angela, this is beautiful, beautiful work, I got to say. Amazing.
Thank you.
Amazing work. And I
But now you
appreciate
see, it really is a teamwork. It's not just me. Mm-hmm.
So what is your favorite project that you've ever worked on? We've got a couple questions here, then we can close out.
That's a hard one because I mean, as far as an actual photo shoot would be the Ghost Bride because we just knew we were creating magic when it was happening.
Yeah.
But lately, having a Viking photo shoot with all my Viking friends here in my yard. That's pretty awesome. You can't get quite better than that. Yeah.
Yeah, and you're
So
putting it on.
it's a toss up because the Viking weekend, there's just so much going on.
Yeah.
The logistics, are a challenge, but we got some really good photos.
That's amazing. Kay just said, "Oh my God, so true. It's like 7 of us who make a photo shoot happen."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not just the model. There's like everything that's
No.
happening, right?
And I think that's part of what I try to do is make sure that everybody else's creative ideas are included if we can, because we build on each other, and we make something better than we could have on our own. So it's in our best interest to not try to be the star, like, oh well, I did this, I did that. Well, honestly, I did a portion, someone else had another concept, somebody else had another, and we build on it, and we make something incredible at the end.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, people don't realize how much goes into it.
I know, they're like, you take good photos, and I mean, granted, that's a nice term, but it's not taking photos. It's so much more. It's editing,
Yeah.
hour of editing, 2 hours of editing. I mean,
Yeah, when someone says that someone else took a good photo, what I think in my head is they just went like this with their finger. They just clicked the button. They took a photo. There's no taking. There's composition, lighting. I mean, there's the story, like you said. There's a lot to it that I don't even.
It's like giving birth. Like this
Really,
photo's
it's
in
that-
your head, and you just have to get it out, because if you don't, it'll just rattle around and rattle around, and so you have to create the art. You have to get it out.
So Lisa Margolis is so true, especially when it's something like Angela's setups.
She's my good friend. I enjoy working with Lisa. We had a great time, her, I, and Crystal. We were shooting the Valkyries, and I had ran my list of ideas, and the three of us are just staggering. We're trying to just take turns. We work really well together. And then another one would say, oh, I got this idea. And I was like, whoa, okay. So then I'm following her. And then the next one has this idea, and now we're all following her. And so some of those photos there at the end were not my idea at all. I was following Lisa. I was following Crystal, because, they have good ideas. And
Yeah.
so
I like what Lisa. I like what she just said.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, the worst is your camera takes nice pictures.
yeah, oh yeah. I spent $2,000. Yeah.
Yeah. How do
It's
I
just the
get that camera? I want to get that
wish.
camera. People probably say that. I want to get that camera. Where do I get
Yeah.
that? Because I want to take those pictures.
Yeah.
Way more than that. It's not just the tool.
And you have to obsess. You have to obsess with details.
Yeah. So yeah, Hannah's worked with actors. Kay is saying idea, concept, layout, props, model, lighting, camera settings, clicking at the right time, and editing.
Or just keep clicking,
Yeah.
keep clicking. 200 photos and you edit 10.
Really? What's the rate? I mean, if you got an
Well, I
archer
take a lot
in
of
the middle
photos
of the
because
woods.
I do. There's some photographers, have them get in a real hard, fast family photography. So I usually will have them do flow posing, so they are doing an action. So when you see a photo of the model looking over her shoulder, I had her start with her back to me, and then she turned, and then I get the shot, and then I do it again. And then I just keep snapping, and somewhere in there is the golden photo. So I like doing my photos that way because I feel like I get them looking natural. So I usually have them do some sort of action.
Right. So Kay is saying I take 300 to 600 and show 80 to 20. Let me
That
ask
sounds like
that.
a wedding.
Really, Kay could even answer this too. But you're blowing some mist behind them. There's the woods. You got a guy with an archery bow. How many photos are you taking? Hundreds?
Well,
50?
Depends on how many ideas we have going for it. I mean, if I get the photo, I'll look at my camera and I'll be like, okay, we got the photo, let's do it again, because I want it twice.
Mm-hmm.
So we try something experimental. What I do is we start with the sure shots, the photos that I know are going to work. We don't have to worry about, the details. It's easy. And then we do the experimental stuff at the end. And then I'm like, okay, well, let's give this a shot. It might be horrible.
Mm-hmm.
It might be amazing. And you just take a chance. And then that's the photo, But whenever I get a photo that I really like, I usually repeat it just in case, because my camera might look like it's in focus, especially because I've got these models moving. So if I can get it twice, I've got two to pick from.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm snapping photos and snapping photos and snapping photos. So I do take a lot, but that's just my style.
Do you find that models get a little frustrated, or do you have to prep
No,
them
they
and say,
actually,
"Look, this is
my
going to be a
models,
while"?
yeah, no, my models usually like flow posing. When I tell them what the method, they actually feel relieved, because a lot of them don't like the stiffness of move your arm here now, no, move chin down. Some of them, that's very stiff for them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not actually really good at that kind of posing, so they usually are pretty relieved when I tell them I want them to move, to do something. If, like, for example, I'll tell them, tell me a story, sing. If they're reading, they're actually reading the book. They may be talking to me, and I get a snap of them actually talking, if that's what their character's supposed to be doing.
So, Angela, what is flow posing? Is that they're moving, doing something
Yeah,
rather than just?
yeah. So like the archer, he's pulling that back, and he's gonna. Of course, he's not gonna shoot anybody because that's rude. But he's pulling it back for me, and I'm getting photos the whole time in that.
Okay.
And oh, there it is. There's the photo. What
Right.
point
Right.
is the photo? Especially since, like, sometimes if I've got a model that gets a little stiff on me,
Mm-hmm.
I'll say, hey, take a break, and then just stay there, but take a break. And
Mm-hmm.
so they shake it out. Then all of a sudden they do something cute, and you're like, oh, there it is. And now do that, because what they want to do naturally is what is right for them. It's what they're used to doing, and you want to see that kind of little spark.
Mm. Any questions that people have for Angela? Just pop them right in there and give us some likes if you like this episode, because I'm loving it. K-Stock, clients enjoy spending more time with us because it means we're excited to keep going. That's good. So they're not bored. They love the experience that they're being photographed.
Yeah, because you just keep moving to the next thing, But also, I keep a bin of snacks in my van and water. So you don't want
There
hangry
you go.
models. So you take a break, feed them. Yeah, everybody's happy with a full.
Shoot with cameras, not
Not
weapons.
with weapons.
Yeah, I like what
Yeah,
you just said. The archer. I mean, he's pulling it back. He's not killing someone because that's rude.
yeah, yeah. Well, so interestingly enough, if you wanted to pull up the Instagram again, there is a method I used where I would lay on the ground, or I sit on the ground, and then I tell my Viking dudes, and ladies, that they're supposed to kill me, and they have to shoot here. So go back to the there. No, right there where Zach. Okay, so flip.
Oh, him?
No, get Zach. Yeah, click on Zach. Now flip can you slide it to the next photo? There's the behind
Oh.
the scenes. I'm on the
Oh.
ground. So I said, kill me, Zach. I mean, he wants his photos edited, so he's not going to kill me for real. But yeah,
Oh,
that's.
so you're trying to catch intent in the photo?
I want the perspective of the victim for a moment. This is what the victim is seeing.
Wow. From
So I
that
did
angle,
do a
yeah.
whole series of that. Yeah, where I'm on the ground.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Let's see. Rule number 3
So I
to.
have them move very slowly, though. They slowly
Yeah.
do that movement.
The
Mm-hmm.
flow has to be slow because you could actually kill someone. Let's see. Jeremy and Becca says
And
we
it's
need to
really-
write these down. K-Stock, haha. We serve lunch and wine here. I want you guys to be connected. So, Kay, put your web address in there or Instagram, and then we'll connect. Angela, Wanderings in Wonderland.
Yeah,
with
she
Studio
follows
XL.
me on Instagram. I'll follow her back. I like to support other photographers on there.
That's awesome. Yes, so we can remind her next time. I don't
What
know
are we
that's-
reminding the photographer of?
Yeah. I don't know.
Not
Listen.
to kill their models.
Yeah, don't kill your models, and don't burn your models.
No,
We need
don't burn
models.
your models.
Listen, it
mean,
was great
don't
having
forget-
you on the show. It really is. Everybody out there, just go ahead and follow her. Go to Wanderings in Wonderland / Wanderings in Wonderland Facebook. Follow her. I really want everybody to go out there and just follow her. Build up her page. Build up her following. Give us some likes. And just type in what you think of her work. Just type in. I'm going to stay on for another 5 minutes. Just enough time for you to leave your comments, and I'll throw it up on the screen. But it's beautiful, beautiful work. It really is, Angela.
Thank you, Dave. I really appreciate you having me on here.
Yeah, I mean, the whole goal is just to give back. I'm trying to build up businesses. And your daughters are stunningly beautiful, and they're amazingly talented with fashion. My wife is a fashion designer. She made her own wedding dress. That was
Wow.
her specialty, is wedding dresses. And so I know what goes into a lot of beadwork and lace and, the whole veils and bleaching and cleaning. And it's not just someone puts on an old thing they found at Savers and then photograph them in the woods. There's a lot more to that. And specifically, I like what you said, that you had this vision prior to the photo, even a few years before, and you just tried hard to get that. That's fascinating to me.
That's art. That's the struggle of the artist.
You got to get it out, right? It's just in there.
Yeah,
You can't.
yeah. I mean, and I mean, some artists use painting. I'm an artist that uses photography. So, the part of the technical part of photography sometimes boggles me a little bit, but it's art. It's my art medium.
It's just a tool. Do you wish the tools were a little easier, or is it okay because the art has precedence over tools?
I'm very thankful for our modern tools. I am so thankful that we are not doing film.
Yeah.
That you had to get that right in camera, and you didn't get a second chancey.
That's crazy. Man, thank you so much for the likes, guys. Seriously. Kayla, she's a great photographer to work with. Yes. So Kayla, describe what you're wearing. It looks amazing with all this wood in the background and
Yeah,
deer
that's her
horns and
naming.
things.
That's her naming ceremony when she was given her Viking name. And
Oh, come on.
yeah, so that's a Viking tent behind her.
Oh my
And
gosh.
yeah, so that was a very beautiful ceremony that they did for her.
Wow. Oop, I just deleted her. Oops. There she is. She's back again. Great photographer to work with. K-Stock mirrorless is the way to go. I don't know what that means. Is that a camera?
It's a type of camera. I haven't tried mirrorless yet. It's the newest, latest.
Is it? Kay, you're going to have to tell me about it. Kay, I got to have you on November, December, open dates. Come on. Thank you so much for coming on the show, Angela. You've been awesome. I love interviewing creative people, and you're right up the alley. It's awesome.
Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure. You're very easy to talk to. It felt like just talking to an old friend.
There you go. Well, old I have a problem with, but friend, yeah. Hey, stay on, because what I have is called an after party. So
Okay.
as I go to the next scene where it's just me, I want you to stay on this link, and we have a little after party. So if you want to be a guest on the show, you get to be part of the after party. Also, if you want to join the after party, this is new, ask me and I will send you a link. Text me on Facebook. I've got it open over here, and I will certainly send you the link, and you can hang with Angela and I, just all three of us alone. So do that if you want to be
My
part of the
cat's
after
getting
party.
ready to do something. Yeah, I keep.
Yeah. So Kay says, life-changing. December for sure. That's awesome. Lisa, yes, mirrorless for years. Is there an after party? I'd love to meet Angela. Yeah, well, I just said that. So go ahead. Here we go. Angela, let me see. Where is it? Okay. Okay, I got you. I'll put the link in there. Hang in there, Kay. It'll be maybe 5 minutes, but I'm going to just go to the next scene. But thank you so much, Angela, for coming on the show. And we are connected now, and I'm going to give you lots of props on Instagram.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, take care. Stay tuned on the green room.
Mm-hmm.
All right, awesome. My camera, I got 2 different cameras. Hang in there, Kay. I'm going to give you the link in a second. And, of course, Angela, hang in there. You're going to have a guest in the after party. It's going to be great. You get to see Kay in person and see her. Lots of people. Hannah just said, Mom, thank you for sharing your creative talents with the world. It is crazy valuable. Dave, thank you for celebrating artists with your show. No problem. And if you ever want to be on the show as a model, come on back. I'm booking into January, so I'm going to end like early December, and then I'm taking all of December off, and I'll be back in January. So if you want to do a model, I get to interview Hannah, the amazing fiery Viking queen. She
does a good interview too.
So your mom, no one can hear this because she's muted, but she just said that you do a great interview, so that'll be great. I always end with a joke. I'm going to end with a joke, and I want everybody to hold tight because, we got the after party. What is the joke? I got to get the humor lined up. Where is my joke? Here it is. Okay. The doctor, I've gone to the doctor recently. It's kind of not the best news, but he told me I need to lose weight and start a workout regimen. Like I didn't have enough on my plate already. Like I didn't have enough on my plate already. Cookie Monster! What's his name? Sid. See everybody next week.